Oh, one more. Then I got to take this one because John also asks. Second question: when you do POTA, do you guys get permits from government agencies?
Permits?
Um,
We don't need those
no,
stinking permits.
no. There's with limited exceptions, I would not try to seek permits to do a parks on the air activation. And I'll get into the exception in a minute. But usually, I think that if you kind of go into the park, and you try to tread lightly, leave no trace, take a small footprint, nobody's going to bother you. And for the most part, so just go. You're just like any other. You're like any other person that's enjoying the park, except that you're using your radio. If the park rules say don't hang wires from the trees, don't hang wires from the trees. If if you're gonna be setting up a vertical with ground radios, scope out a spot so you're out of the flow of traffic, and you'll be fine. Now, I said limited exceptions. There are some spots that, like national historic sites,
Yeah.
that are in urban areas that are very small, they're very tight, and you're going to have to seek some kind of permission to activate those. But other than that, I mean, I know there's guys that go out in DC on the Washington Mall every day, and they just got their stuff in a wheelie and a little pop-up antenna, and they're on the air, and the park police leave them alone. So it's
Yeah. Once I've had an interaction with a warden. 'Cause I like to go to the places that are remote. I don't like anyone around me. Just
mhm.
my once a month on here for public interaction is more than enough.
Yeah.
I really am an introvert. Um, but I had a warden come up on a Sunday morning. I was out in a wildlife area, like a mile deep, and he drives up and weather experiments? No, not radio. And I gave him a brief, description of what's going on, and okay, carry on.
Yeah.
He kept right on going, and it wasn't even a road; it was like a path. We were, and I was just right off the road, right at the path
Yeah.
road, and he just drove right on, and that's about my only interaction that I've ever had with anyone else. So,
Yep. I know a lot of times I'll set up in the campground on my campsite, and I've never had any troubles. Set up on on a beach or in a park in a parking area. Just pick a corner that's away from people, and you're good. I have more trouble with dog walkers walking through my radio network than I do with yeah.
the
So
kids running through, you know,
yep, yep.
especially if they're running elevated radios. Then
Hmm.
like that's just the kids are going to get closed-lined eventually. Gonna happen.
Yep. Yep. Sean says use near an Indian burial ground in a state park, so there's something to consider. And absolutely,
Yeah,
I
I mean, that's bad mojo right there.
well,
There's some voodoo there, and you don't want to. I mean, you can infect your radio like Pet Cemetery stuff there.
I activated Lizard Mound State Park here in Wisconsin, which has effigy mounds in it, which and it's you honor those places so that where the mounds are, you're not gonna activate there, stick your antennas there. But there are other parts of the park that are away from the mound areas or the burial sites
Got
where if there's picnic tables and barbecue pits, yeah, you can set up a
If in doubt, you can ask, but sometimes it's just easier to ask for forgiveness than it is permission, right?
There's a couple that activate Alcatraz Island,
Yep.
but they get
But
permits.
they get permits, and the Park Service works for them too.
Yep, because hmm
So
and that's one of the rare exceptions. And there's places where that permits would be necessary, but
yeah, because Alcatraz, you can only kind of go out there on a tour.
ferry,
You
you got
just
to take
can't.
the
Yeah,
ferry.
you take a ferry out there, and it's a guided tour. You just can't really roam the area out there.
Hmm.
So, but the Park Service, if you let them know in advance that you can do it.
KB9VBR antennas are simple, effective, and affordable VHF and UHF antennas for amateur radio, MERS, public safety, and GMRS. Made in the USA with quality parts. Get yours online at jpole-antenna.com.